What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Patrick, aka Addicted to Combat, back for the recap and results of UFC Vegas 62, Grasso versus Araujo, which just wrapped up moments ago, with Alexa Grasso coming through as the favorite in the women's flyweight main event over Viviane Araujo, getting that 5-round decision victory. 5-0 on one judge's scorecards, 4 rounds to 1 on the other 2 scorecards, and she did so with mostly just effective boxing, effective striking, counter striking, and staying on her feet as much as she could for 4 of those 5 rounds. The one round that I believe she lost, Araujo was able to establish 2 takedowns, get that top control time, but overall, she got the job done as predicted, and that was one of the money line bets. Obviously, with Askarov, and Brandon Royval being canceled, I was left with 3 money lines, about 4 or 5 props, and 1 parlay, and I came up 3.71 units on the night in profit, so very good. Now on 2 winning events in a row at this point. I did have that slip up at Sandhagen Song fight night a while back, but before that there was 6 straight. So we're riding pretty good profit streaks here, trying to get a nice little win streak of simultaneous events. And the favorites did very well tonight. Out of the 11 fights on this card, 9 were favorites, 2 were underdogs. I went 8-3 on the predictions myself. I tried to get that one sneaky underdog play on Misha Serkinov. I didn't play it, but I predicted that he probably had a chance of performing more than his underdog money line would suggest. Wasn't too impressed with Alonzo Menafield. And Serkinov's skill set fit into that, but didn't even matter. We just played the under 1.5, and the fight doesn't go. So to get into a couple more of the bets, I did say the Grasso one cashed us 1 unit in return of profit. I had 2 units at the minus 196 price tag. I also had Mana Martinez to get the victory over Brandon Davis. He looked very good, got that decision result. More effective striking, takedown defense, things like that. Even a knockdown at the end of round 1. So that cashed 1 unit. And then I had Nick Maximov as my third money line as a slight favorite, minus 136 in the money line. And that was a bad bet on my part, but moreover, Maximov said he felt something pop in his knee at about 1.5 minutes into the first round. So the takedowns came quite easy for Jacob Malkoun with no get-up ability from Maximov. So my whole theory for that fight fell out the window. But honestly, Maximov, yeah, sure, he was kind of a warrior for going in there and not quitting after his knee got injured in round 1, but no poker face whatsoever. He kept on grimacing. He didn't really switch up his game plan too much. He did try to, throw up submissions off of his back, but I think I overestimated the ability of Nick Maximov, and I think I underestimated the ability of Jacob Malkoun at the end of the day. So I deserved to lose that bet, even with that anomaly of that knee getting injured for Maximov. And in the future, I'll give Malkoun a little bit more respect, depending on the matchup. But good bet. And I think that might have actually gone losing result for me, injury or not. So the other thing that lost was Victor Henry as the third biggest betting favorite of the card, losing a 3-round decision to Rafael Assunção, the 40-year-old bantamweight, who looked to be on a big decline recently in his career. It looked to be a clear win for Victor Henry, who I had parlayed with a couple other time props for 1 unit. So I lost the unit there, lost 1.36 on the Maximov money line, but overall the other props all cashed, right? I had Dusko Todorovic and Jordan Wright. I had Todorovic to win inside the distance, 1.5 units to win 1. He did so once Jordan Wright gassed out in round 2, as always. And then I had 2 props. The fight doesn't go to decision at plus 130 and the under 2.5 at plus 170. I had a total of 1.5 units staked on that to win 2. CJ Vergara versus Tatsuro Taira. Taira getting that submission. He was teasing us with that rear naked choke in round 2 on Vergara. Not quite getting it. Eventually switched to an armbar and got the victory there. So very good for Tatsuro Taira. I know a lot of people were on the Tatsuro Taira by sub. I played it safe in case Vergara was able to push him with the pressure and the striking. Either way, we come out the victor on that. And I had the Misha Serkinov Alonzo Menafield under 1.5, at minus 110 odds. Played 1.1 units, got 1 in return. So, yeah, overall. And then I had the 1.2, just a 0.2 unit loss on the Victor Henry in round 3. Of course, that did not cash. But, so the favorites went 9-2. I went 8-3 on predictions there. So, a pretty good result for this card, which was a little bit more predictable. But it was about trying to extract value from this card, right? There was a lot of obvious sides on this card, or at least so we thought, aside from Victor Henry. But, it was, the bookies really got it right this week. So it was about finding those spots like those plus money unders, the even money under 1.5 on the Mennefield fight, and just some, Mana Martinez and Alexa Grasso were a couple of good money lines that were trustworthy. So 3.71 units. We're now on a 2-event streak. And overall, I mean, it's been a pretty good last few months. The only card that I've lost recently was that Sandhagen Song Fight Night, where I lost 5 units on that. So aside from that, we're up 2 events straight. Let's try to keep that success going with the next star-studded pay-per-view, UFC 280, which I am working tirelessly on. I was even doing my final analysis as these fights were playing. So going to keep this recap short. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. Hopefully you guys all came out victorious and will join me to talk about UFC 280. I do have a great guest for the live stream. Right now I will be having Burt MMA on my Wednesday night live stream. I'll be doing a pre-fight show with Blood Money MMA bets. I believe Artem MMA and Johnny K Picks, of course, next Friday. So a lot of fun action this week for UFC 280, and I'll have that analysis out very soon. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Cheers.